Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bruno Bartolic. I'm yoga teacher, and today we're going to talk about how the private class can improve your yoga practice. So first of all, I will introduce myself talking about my experience with yoga. So I'm teaching since 2001, and in India I was studying with Sri K. Patabi Joyce. I was practicing Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga for many years, and I was studying with Swami Dayananda Saraswati in Rishikesh in his ashram. So, in my approach, I combine the physical practices, the experience of practice, and also the theoretical and philosophical concepts of yoga. Yeah. So I think when we are um, dedicating um, to build a yoga practice, it's important to understand, first of all, which types of uh, attitudes, which type of things you should be practicing. The difference between practice in group and practice in individual practice, individual lesson, is that in group practices, you are doing a standard yoga practice, right? You are not doing something designed specifically for you. And yeah, and that's the difference. So when we are practicing something that is considering our needs, the practice can be, yeah, more powerful in that sense, because then the amount of time of meditation, of breathing exercises, of anything that involves the yoga practice, mantras, for example, everything will be designed and adapted accordingly to your needs. For example, uh, if you feel that you need more attention to more your mind, your emotions, probably we need to have more meditation, more breathing exercises. We should have more attention to the relaxation, for example. And the physical process, the physical practice should be something uh, where we are emphasizing much more the awareness than purely the strength, for example. All this personalization, all these specificities that we are doing in a private lesson makes the practice more powerful in that sense that you are doing exactly what you need, not only what your body needs, but also what your mind is required in that time. Okay, so I think um, for both reasons, if you want to practice, if you want to learn in detail, if you want to learn faster, for example, you want to learn how to use your ankle properly, how to use your knees properly, how to improve the mobility of your hips, depending of your questions or on your obstacles. This it will be more effective, more efficient when you have a private class. Yeah, in group, the attention of the teacher is divided for the group. And when you're practicing, you have full attention of the teacher and you have time for building with the teacher your personal practice. You can have, how can I say, you can have a faster uh, personal exercises. For example, if you realize that you have a problem in your upper back, And if you're just doing a regular practice, you're not giving a special attention for your upper back and learning specific exercises for your upper back. And this idea of personalizing is not only recommended if you want to learn in detail how to use your body properly and your joints, but also if you have some special needs. For example, if you're pregnant, I think it's better to have a private class. Yeah, because if you're in group, you need some special adaptations that the other people in the class are not asking for them. They don't need for. So any special attention that you need, I think it's recommended more individual lesson, private classes. What else? Not only if you want to learn in detail, but as well if you want to build your personal practice. That's an important point to remark here. Um, Usually in group classes, for example, in Ashtanga class, we have a specific sequence that we more or less follow. Sometimes we can adapt. We can have shorter classes. We can have an introductory Ashtanga class, but most of the time is a standard sequence, right? Of course, we have many sequences in Ashtanga. We have 6 series, but most of the time we can see that most of yoga studios, of Ashtanga studios, are teaching the primary Yoga Chikitsa sequence, right? And in other approaches, Hatha Classic, in many approaches, what else? I can say that the Bikram, Kundalini Yoga, different types of Hatha, you have more or less the same sequence. So we are following a method. But when you practice uh, individual lesson, you can create together with the teacher your personal practice. Let's say, for example, Ashtanga is more dynamic. We are combining, synchronizing breathing with movement, right? And sometimes we need to emphasize the aerobic exercises. So sometimes it's very important to emphasize the flow, but sometimes it's very important as well to target some of your questions. For example, some areas in your body that regarding your genetics, regarding your behavior, you need to improve. Some people they need to improve the shoulders, some people need to improve back muscles, or as I said, they need to improve the the hips, the mobility. So when you have the opportunity of a private class, you can build your yoga practice. For example, in my experience, I think it's more productive when we practice yoga early in the morning. We After sleeping, the body is still waking up. So when you have some salutations or any other asana, any other uh, yoga pose, you can squeeze your skin, your lymphatic system, you improve your circulatory system, you improve your breathing capacity. So you're preparing your body for the day. You wake up your intestines and improve the functioning of your liver, your kidneys. So I think if you if you are able to design a very specific practice for your case, you have lots of benefits, right? Because if I just follow a specific sequence without giving the attention for my personal needs, maybe I will never improve that questions that I should give more attention. For example, talking about hips. So some people are just practicing a regular class and they keep their obstacles. They're never bringing the attention to some specific points. So if we create a personal practice that you can uh, combine with a group class. I'm not against group classes, okay? I think it's a very important experience to learn how to stay together and practice together. This can be important motivation for the practitioner, not only for the individual but for the teacher as well. So I think group classes has an important role in your yoga practice, but it not means that your private, your individual practice is not important, crucial, I think. So let's say I think the minimum amount of yoga practice to be uh, effective, to really produce adaptations, metabolic adaptations, to improve your alignment, to improve your strength, your elasticity, should be, I think, around 3 times per week. So let's say if you're practicing at least 3 times per week, at least. I think once a week you'll not produce a lot of measurable changes. Yeah. So if you practice 3 times per week, 2 times you have more regular standard yoga practice, and once a week you're practicing your specific training or specific needs, I think you have more results. And it's important to stress that if you are here watching this video, I think you already you have some appreciation for the yoga practice. You got that the idea of the yoga practice is not something to practice just once a week and then you are done. Actually, this I think is more like a maintenance uh, routine. So regularly you are lubricating your joints. So it's something that it's not that you practice for a while. You learn how to practice. You learn all the things, and you don't need to practice anymore, right? I think it's important to keep your practice. You keep using, this idea of use it or lose it. You keep using your potential. Keep using your joints, lubricating your joints. You keep using the strength, back strength to sustain your spine. Keep using the elasticity, and you keep improving the breathing capacity. So it's something that you should include in your weekly routine. I don't think yoga should uh, be seen like something that you learn and then you carry with you. You don't need to practice anymore. It's a regular practice, right? So if you have questions, you can tap your comments. I can answer later if you need, or if you want to try my private classes or my group classes. I'm here. I'm teaching almost every day online with live classes by Zoom, and I have many videos and lectures on my Patreon, patreon.com/Bruno Yogi. Right. So I think I was more or less pointing the most important points about the private class. So if you want to improve faster, and if you need to have some special attention, some parts of your body or some parts of your personal practice, I think it's recommended. Even if you do just for a while, let's say you do for, I don't know, 3 months, some private class to learn the specific activations in your muscles, the specific alignment for your body. And once you learn, you are more prepared, you're better prepared for a group class, and also you're better prepared for your personal practice. You wake up early in the morning, before you take your coffee, before you start your productive day, and you put your yoga mat on the floor and you do the routine you know your body is asking for. Yeah. So I think it's a very important uh, skill that you are acquiring when you dedicate yourself to understand all that. If you want to maintain a useful body, if you want to don't want to lose the mobility, don't want to lose the the strength, the elasticity, is something that you should consider. So even if you don't uh, practice yoga, or if you even if you don't have some specific training, there's no magic. Okay, there's no magic. You can create even your own yoga practice, but if you would just bring attention for running, for example, I like to run. Okay, you are improving your cardiovascular system. But if you don't use the full potential of your muscles, including elasticity and strength, your running, it will be not optimal. Let's say like that. Yeah, not optimal. So if you want to do other activities, if you want to run, it's better that you know your body in detail to see exactly how much you have for that day, for that run. Or if you practice martial arts, you know exactly where you are weak, which joint it's more fragile in your body, where you are strong, where you're different. Maybe some people have a strong legs and strong hips. Other people are super strong abs. So with a yoga practice, you can learn all your specificities. As I said, you can learn and you can improve exactly where you were weak. So you protect the areas in your body where you're strong and you improve where you're weak. And you can use it in other activities. So you can use it in your martial art for running, for swimming, for triathlon, for anything else, for dancing, for climbing. That's why I strongly recommend. I'm very active in different sports as well. So, and for me, yoga is priceless. Even if I never teach yoga anymore, I never consider to stop practicing yoga. Never, never. I think I swim easily because I practice regularly. I recover faster if I have some injury. It happens. Some people are very shocked when they see the yoga teacher also can have injuries. Yes, yoga teacher can also have injuries, but I think the time for recovery is faster because, for example, we work with a regular yoga practice, all the fibers in your muscles. Yeah, you're not practicing just a specific group of muscles in just one direction, but you work all fibers of your muscle. So you're strong in a very specific way. That's why sometimes even old ladies they can do something that is it's very impressive for younger people, and younger people they can't, because that strength that the old lady built with yoga practice is a very specific, very inner strength. With that type of strength, when you have some type of injury in your muscle, for example, and you are using all the potential of your body, it's easier to recover faster. Okay, so be sure you like the video, that you subscribe. I intend now to turn on the camera and have this conversation with you and talk about yoga on a regular basis. So if you want to uh, think about your lifestyle, improve your routine, let's talk together. So we are here to design a perfect routine for you and to create strategies for plenitude. How can we improve the breathing? How can we improve the elasticity, the strength, the breathing capacity, everything, the memory, the cognition. Okay, so it's a space here to have these reflections. Okay, so subscribe, like the video, leave your comments, and see you soon. Namaste.